Cain and Abel were the sons of Adam and Eve, and they were the first human beings that were given birth to, rather than being created by God like their parents. In this story, Abel makes sacrifices to God and is awarded for his sacrifices, and everything seems to work out well for him. Cain makes sacrifices to God as well, but he doesn't seem to get anything in return. Making a sacrifice in the present to better our future is something that we all do to a certain degree. Each one of us sacrifices time in the present to get something that we want in the future. Every person works and expects to get paid or rewarded for the work that he or she has done. And the more of your time you sacrifice working, the more rewards you expect in return. So while Abel's sacrifice seemed to favor him well, Cain is unable to get anything in return for his sacrifice. The reason behind that is that Cain's sacrifices perhaps aren't enough, and it is possible that he is not fully committed to pleasing God, so his sacrifice is not great enough to give him the blessing that he wants. Instead of trying to figure out how to do right by God and give the necessary sacrifice, Cain gets angry at God, which makes him angry about the reality of the situation at the same time. The reality of the situation won't change just because he wants it to. So he has an option to serve God until he gets the fruits of his labor, or to get angry and jealous at the success of his brother and choose an evil path. So, because Cain gets jealous and bitter, he decides to murder his brother Abel, and he gets marked and banished by God for his disobedience. By disobeying God, Cain makes his situation even worse, because he doesn't get away with his sin, and by killing Abel in a poetic way, he killed his ideal and potential of what he could have been, and what his life could have been like. The moral of the story is that regardless of the fact that you might not be getting the desired reward in return for your sacrifices, the righteous and the holy way is to keep making greater sacrifices and be patient and wait for the reward to come. The other option is to disobey this law of God, which will make you do something unrighteous. By choosing this option, not only are you doing harm to others, but to yourself as well, because no one can hide from God, and an unbearable punishment will be cast upon you for your deeds.